hit him with a rock. Okay, ready? Ready, 4, 3.
So hello, this is Erica Glessing. I'm the happiest medium. I have a guest today that has been instrumental in believing in me as I began this journey of becoming a medium. And so it is just with amazing, great joy that I introduce you to Lisa. And we're not sure what's going to happen today. So Lisa, who would you like to connect with?
Oh my goodness, so many. Both of my parents, obviously.
Stop there, honey, okay?
Okay.
So let's start with Dad.
Okay.
Okay. And what was your dad's name?
Roger.
Oh, you know, he was there at graduation for your daughter. So he is really excited about that. He's thrilled about the choice of colleges that she made. So I don't know if there's something about Santa Clara in your dad or something, but
Not that I know of.
yeah, he's really glad about that choice. And
Good.
he's kind of watching over her there. So
Good.
yeah, that's kind of interesting. He likes all the children that you take in. He's watched you over the years take in children. And he thinks that's just amazing. And so he's a fan.
Cool.
He's a fan of yours. What was his passing?
I believe it was an aneurysm, but he had had issues for
And how many years ago was it?
Almost 3, I believe.
So he says there's something in the passing where you felt you couldn't do something or you weren't something. Was there something?
I was in California and he was in Texas.
So he's showing me himself in the hospital and he feels your spirit connecting to him and he knows you're like brutally sad that you can't be there during that time and you're so caring and he can feel that energy there in the when he passed. And he said actually it was pretty quick, even though, yeah, he said it was pretty quick. So he said he's pretty much out of his body like that.
Apparently he stood up to go to the bathroom, hit the ground and was gone.
Yeah, so he's showing it to me like that. And he says, please, that's just one thing, and really to remember the times and the lifetime and not to be in that. And it's so tempting to be in that. I missed this, or I wasn't there for the exact. But he said being there for that instant was almost impossible. So he said there's just no way. So see if you could let that go, a little more, and trust. And really the children, he's just so into that. So do you have more, you have lots of brothers and sisters?
I have 3 sisters and 1 brother.
Yeah. So he's showing me like the big family picture. There's like a big family picture, and he's proud, and he just is so glad that he had all of you. So he's showing me that like as a whole, like a unity of that. And there's one particular sister. Something about one of your sisters.
Older or younger than me?
Younger?
Laura.
So there's something there.
She was the one that was caring for him when he passed. And she was the one that was there and
Okay, so he's just sending an extra bit of love for you to communicate that to her.
I will.
Yeah, and that's the message, and he's very grateful for that, for everything she did. And that she went above and beyond.
She did,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay, so that's a validation.
And
Because there's no way I could have known that.
no,
Okay.
and in fact, the story that he's relaying about missing that instant passing, that is for her. And I'm more than happy to help her let that go. Because she had been at the hospital, and I guess he sent her home.
Yeah.
And as soon as she left, he stood up to go to the bathroom, and then was gone.
And I have to say, and I just got chills, so I feel that presence. That's a very normal thing. Often the spirit is not that interested in having their child see them dead, or like that. So you see that. And so all he's saying is he's very thankful for everything he did, and your mom really wants to talk. So he's basically being told, okay, you've had your moment in the sun, and it is my turn. Okay. She's kind of taking control. I wouldn't imagine that was the case.
Yeah. That's great.
What's her name?
Pat.
Pat is fabulous. Pat liked things the way Pat liked things. Okay?
Yeah.
So she's showing me things that are done a certain way, and she liked things done a certain way. As long as everything was that way, everything was smooth. And when it wasn't that way, it was kind of like
Yeah.
everything hit the fan, because it needed to be that way. So is that her energy?
Yeah, that sounds right.
So she could give you messages forever. So do you have a special question for her? Because she's definitely present in your life. She sees all the kids. She sees all the kids of everyone. So she's actually kind of interested in everything with every child. So she didn't really ever want to like show any favoritism. So she really wanted to show that each of the children had an extreme value in and of themselves. That was something she carried strong for her. And even though she may have felt certain ways, she had a certain,
show that.
Yes. So she wanted everything kind of done the right way, really. She wants me to say the right way. So her way is basically the right way. Oh my gosh, so she's here, so that's so beautiful. I'm so blessed, and I feel so joyous that she did. And there's more, so.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a male figure.
Okay.
Okay. So what's a male figure that, is it an uncle? No.
My mother's twin brother, I was hoping would
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, so what's his name?
Michael.
I love Michael already. Would I love Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely one of my favorite human beings.
Yeah, and he loved you so much.
Yeah.
He loved you so much.
I loved him.
Yeah, and he's such a different person. He's so beautiful. He says, your mom's like, I'm not sure I was done. And he says, you know what? He just feels like he loved you, and he's always here for you. And you could reach out and ask him, and he'll give you guidance. Okay. He's that kind of person. He likes all the pet stuff.
Okay.
He loves that you care for pets. So he loves all the little animals you bring in. And he says, when you're given a mission, trust it.
Okay.
So he says you're given missions sometimes. And they're maybe to care for a person or a child or a kitten, something. It's a mission. It's bigger than you. And be a little bit more just knowing that it's not just about you, but you're actually doing this kind of, I'm seeing like for humanity, Lisa.
Okay.
And he's kind of your champion. Was he your champion?
He passed when I was pretty young.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just had a really awesome connection.
So that's coming through really clearly. And now there's an older man too.
Okay.
What's his name? An older man.
Well, it could be one of many. It could be Bill, William.
And what was his role?
Or it could be Dudley.
What was Dudley?
Dudley is my father's brother, and Bill is my father's brother-in-law. I lost my father and both of my uncles in less than 2 years.
Yeah, so they're both here. They're watching over your husband too.
Okay.
So they're very much.
Well, there could be so many. I mean, on my.
No, but let's stick with Bill and Dudley.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna have to be disciplined here with your spirits.
Okay.
Because you got like a room full.
Yay! My cheerleaders.
What was the one with the house connection? What was that one? What was that?
Oh, Terry.
Yeah, what was that?
Terry, my house connection?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Terry is the brother of my father's second wife, Joanne, and Joanne's on the other side as well.
Okay. And Terry's passed?
Yes.
And
Joanne is passed.
And they also are watching over like your house. They're watching over your house. So
Good.
They're like benevolent spirits in that space of helping you all the time.
Wow.
And in not in a ghosty, icky way,
No.
like a, in like and they love so much is going on. They love all the kids. They love all the kids. They love all the people. They just love that feeling of your house. So all your relatives together are kind of gathering together and just saying, we're here for you. One thing I told another guest, and I really think that this is important for you, is to get a notebook.
Okay.
And I want you to focus on a relative and say, Mom, can you give me a message? And see if you can just write.
Okay.
Okay, and then say, Dad, is there more that you'd like to say because, you know, Mom moved you over. She never did that in real life. No, just
No, she didn't. That's awesome.
Yeah, but she's kind of coming into her own now. They are showing me they're together still.
Good.
So they are showing me that they had a good bond. So, yeah. And your mom's like, it wasn't perfect.
No, it was not.
But they had that. It was something more than worldly. So what I'd like to recommend that you do, because you do have this ability, and so you can get the messages.
Okay.
And so what will happen if you start keeping a notebook is the messages will have a place to go where they can then communicate with you. Because there's a lot of things they can share with you that will give you, I think, a sense of belongingness. It's like they'll give you back more of you.
Okay.
Because you're never alone in this beautiful way of these relatives and these families. And there's more on your husband's side too. So
a lot of loss.
Yeah, but we're not going to be doing all of them today, but I did want to just connect you with them and to encourage you to get a notebook. And it could happen when you're at school. It could happen anytime. Just start writing notes. Or say, you know, Mom, I'd really love to hear from you today. Could you put a song